decision, it has to go through some sort of decision-making process. So what exactly is that decision-making process? That's the kind of stuff we're going to talk about. Because it's not just coming up with a move that makes sense, given the way the world is at the moment, okay? It's also understanding what exactly would a country need to do before it, let's say, decides to do an agreement move. What exactly does that entail, okay? Why would a country be interested in these issues and not interested in other issues? Those are the kind of things that I want to talk about. And try to draw it back to some of the issues or some of the relevant sections in the book that kind of emerge here as insight on how to kind of better understand decision making in the global arena. Okay, so it's a different approach. I tend to find it interesting. So you got one person who didn't like it. Nada, you said you like it, but you had problems with your Tumblr. As for Tumblr, why you have problems, I have no idea, because I've never had problems with Tumblr, okay? And I don't, has anyone else, with the exception of the two students here, had problems? Ladies, is anybody else?
But Professor, you didn't put attendance in the model.
I think I did.
No.
There is, I did before I came to class. Take a look. I did before I came to class. Ooh. All right, just hold on tight. This wipes out all my memory every time I set this up. This wipes out my memory, and I'm stuck with the same problem every time. No, it's not a problem with technology. It's a problem with it's a process problem. Okay, everybody, please stop. Please stop talking. All right, please. All right, we started class, and everybody should be quiet. Okay. Getting very frustrating. You're stuck with this situation here. Okay, let me just kind of. I'm not going to waste my time. I thought I had it done. It must have been an accident. I must have put the wrong time on it. So we're just going to go right into do human rights, okay? Because we're actually really falling behind schedule.
So there is no agenda?
Okay, how many times do I have to ask you to stop talking? It's the third time. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm an easygoing guy, but, you know, obviously you can tell that I'm being a little bit perturbed about it today. So please adhere to the, you know, to the wishes of the professor here, okay? All right. All right, so I believe we left off with preconditions to human development. So what the chapter is trying to do here, as I said, forget about the attendance. It must have been misprogrammed, so let's not worry about this. Okay, make sure you're doing your class. The class notes should be there, so maybe we're going to go back to class notes now. Okay, for this week especially, because we're going to do human rights and we're going to do the environment. Okay, those are the two chapters. This is the fourth time already. You guys, is there something in the air right now that's preventing you guys from focusing your attention to this class? All right.
Professor?
Yes.
Can you close the light so I can see?
Okay. Is better? Oops, so is better?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Human development. And so, you know, this notion of political freedom, notion of national economic growth, these are all kind of conditions that really are debatable. However, they're subject to debate because of the experiences of different countries around the world, particularly as it relates to human development. Although in many ways, when you think about it, the whole notion of economic growth and its relevance to human development makes sense, okay? It makes sense, why? Well, when an economy or when a society prospers, there's more revenue that can be used for what purposes? I mean, what is economic development, economic growth? When someone asks you economic growth, someone tell me, what exactly is economic growth?
One day.
What is economic growth? What does the book say economic growth is? I mean, this is a class, international relations. What is economic growth? Yes?
Is it like how the country uses its resources to develop itself?
Okay, well, fair enough. Well, fair enough, it's the use of resources with a purpose, right? And what's the purpose?
To develop the
To
country.
grow.
Why do people produce goods and services? I mean, why do your parents work?
So get money, so
Okay, all right, so your parents, and what exactly does that mean, your parents working? What exactly do? They go to work and they do what?
they spend their time so they can get money.
But what do they use to earn their money? To earn the wage or the salary that they receive?
Working.
They have a skill, right?
Yeah.
They have intellectual capital. So in a way, they're selling the resource out there in the marketplace. Okay? So the whole point behind production and service is that people go to work to produce things so they can earn income, that they can buy things, right? You supply because you have a demand. All right? And the more money you earn, the more money you can either spend or put money into a savings account, right? Or to invest, whatever you do with your income. All right? So when a society is developing, okay, or is experiencing economic growth, it is producing goods and services, right?
Yeah.
And in return for those goods and services, it's receiving an income. Now, in macroeconomics, typically, you have terms like GDP, GNP, okay? You have also what's called national income. The difference between national income versus GDP is that GDP is all the goods and services that a society produces over the course of the year. And if it produces more goods and services this year than it did the following year, what does that mean? It has grown, right? And if it's producing more goods and services with given a fixed amount of labor, is it becoming more efficient or more inefficient?
Efficient.
More efficient, right? So